Well, it's now time to look at the markets in our special segment Business Line. Benchmark indices lost for the fourth successive day but ended the day well off the lows. Shakti Patra told us yesterday that a bottom was not in place, but after today's late pullback, let's find out if we can finally say that a bottom is in place.
Well, if you are a bull, then you should pray all night that today's low 5037 on the Nifty should hold, because just about 80 points below that you have the 200-day moving average, considered a Lakshman Rekha between a bull and a bear market. So if that's tested and then breached, well, let me not scare you more, because below 200 DMA, technically it's a bear market. Now intraday Nifty today, we had a slightly low opening and then kept trickling down all day. The low around 1 in the afternoon at 5037 on the Nifty. And after that, like yesterday, this big spike in the last 1.5 hours of trade. Finally, Nifty ending the day just 30 points lower, half a percent lower. Below that 5100 mark. What went lower? Similar names, similar stocks. Metal stocks have been looking weak for the last many days. Jindal Steel, that again lost 4% today. Again, it had lost about 3% yesterday. So over the last 2-3 days, it has lost about 10 to 12% in trade. The other pack, which again lost more than 1% as a pack, was the capital goods pack. ABB, this stock has lost about 15% in a week's time, down 3% in trade today. The only pack which went higher was the classical defensive pack. Again, a clear indication that there's some scare in the market. Money is definitely moving into defensive stocks like Cipla, Ranbaxy and Sun Pharma. Now today Nifty found support at a very logical support of 5037. If that's intact, maybe bulls can hope for some recovery. If that's gone tomorrow or Monday, we go to the 200 DMA and then it's the big battle between a bull and a bear market.
Well, on to some sports now. Squash may not be as popular as a game as cricket in the country, but India has produced a few world-class players. Standing tall among all of them is this very young Arjuna awardee and India's top male player. He opened his art out to our sports reporter Natasha.
Today I'm joined by a very special sportsman who has a number of firsts to his credit. He's the first Indian to have been ranked junior world #1. He's also the first to have bagged the junior national championships 3 years in a row, and he's also the first Indian squash player to have received the Arjuna award. I'm sure you've made your guess by now. Yes, I'm talking about Saurav Ghoshal. Thank you very much, Saurav, for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, speaking of the Arjuna award, how did it feel receiving such an award, such a prestigious award, and being recognized for your achievements?
I mean, I was 21 years old when I got it, and it's quite young. And honestly, I didn't really expect that I was going to get this massive award at 21, and it was like a pleasant surprise. But I think it's more about, getting up in the morning every day, knowing that people expect so much of you, and gunning to do much better in the future.
Well, the whole country certainly believed that you deserved it. Now, another thing is that I noticed that you're a very spiritual, religious person, per se. Could you tell us a little bit of that side of you and how that keeps you motivated?
I mean, yes, I am religious. Yes, I do believe in God. I'm not overly religious, but I mean, it just calms me down, and it's just a question of belief, and I just believe, and it's helped me through my years when I've been down.
Okay. Now, squash is such a fast game, and if you're not fit, you're really nowhere in the picture. So what's your fitness routine like?
I don't do much.
You don't? That's hard to believe, really.
No, I mean, yeah, you do. Different people do a lot of different things. I do a lot of bike because, there's absolutely no impact on the legs, because anyways, there's so much impact on the squash court.
How do you deal with criticism when you don't perform to those high expectations?
I mean, honestly, depends, from where it comes from. Obviously, people in close quarters, they mean a lot to me, and that's obviously that I pay a lot of attention to and try and take it on board and work on it as we go along.
Now, in all your training sessions and you're traveling around the world for your championships, do you have time for a girlfriend?
Yes, I do. Depends on the girl, if she knows, she understands what I'm doing and she's supportive. Yeah, of course. And I'm not that kind of person, who's going to be thinking about squash the whole day. So leaving the 5-6 hours aside, I'm sure I can give her enough time for her to be so-called in love with me.
Madly in love with you.
Well,
are you looking for that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I'm quite a romantic, so yeah, I mean, definitely want to find someone who I really, really want to be with, maybe for the rest of my life.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, you seem in your comfort zone in your sports attire. So am I. And I was wondering if you'd take me on in a game of squash.
Yeah,
What do you say?
For sure, for sure.
Okay, let's head off then.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to lose 3. You're going to win 3-love rather, and it's going to be Raw versus squash player.
Definitely the ladies are going to be fine, so you're going to be great.
All right.
Well, that's a wrap on this bulletin. Keep watching Ndtv-Hindu for all the latest news and updates.